think we're live. Somebody tell me we're live. I have a story to tell you about all of this. Don't you worry about anything. We're going to be fine. All right, let me just double check this. Don't you worry about anything. We're going to be fine. Okay. Let me just double check this. Ideally, see, that's the thing about if you don't use it, it's that old saying, if you don't use a certain muscle, you sort of lose your dexterity. If you don't use it, you lose it. I haven't been using my Rodecaster Pro for a good while, only because I haven't had a good internet connection. And how many people know that in order to have if you're going to have a setup with the DSLR camera and you're going to have the Rodecaster 2 Pro on your desk connected to your laptop, how many people know you need a very good internet connection? I haven't had that for the longest time. And I'll be very frank with you. Not too long ago, I was sitting at home browsing through my phone, going down the wormhole, and guess what I saw? And also, you need to tell me if this broadcast is clear. Hey, Bo. So good to see you, Bo. Thank you so much. Go ahead and tell me, Bo, if this broadcast is clear. I need to get rid of my junk here on my desk. Tell me if this broadcast is clear. This is my friend Bo Allen. Somebody here says, up to now. You know you're a Zambian when you use the phrase, up to now. Up to now, I don't know what I did to get blocked on your Facebook. I've always engaged positively. I'll check it out. Because, usually I do that when somebody says something out of turn, and if you don't say something that I like, or you cuss me out, or you rake me over the coals, I usually put a line through your name instead of under it. I like the way you're balancing politics and personal life. Not easy. You ain't lying. Tell you what. Who is that? Mukelebai Nyame says it's clear. I'm about to share with you why this broadcast is sort of semi-clear. Tell me is it clear? I'm about to share with you why this broadcast. Okay. The only thing though is the movement of my lips is not entirely in sync with the picture. Would you say that? Would you say that? Would you say that in the comments? Would you say that the sound of my voice is not perfectly in sync with the movement of my mouth? That can be annoying, and it can be a bit of a distraction. Yeah, it's off, somebody says. Yeah. And I've been trying to work that out. Yeah, it's clear. Somebody says you don't do TikTok as much as you did. Well, TikTok, I love TikTok. It's just, now that I'm a politician, it's not always that easy to do. All right. Somebody says it's not perfectly in sync, just slightly off. And we don't like slightly off. What we want is perfection. That's what we want, mate. But you can't get it. Here, I don't know why. I'm about to share with you guys why I've used the DSLR finally. I was sitting at home and I was going through the wormhole on my phone, and guess what? I went to B-Flow's page. You guys know who B-Flow is? B-Flow, a friend of mine, and I like B-Flow. Him and I, we get along very well. And I've been meaning to get Starlink for the longest time. it's always been in the back of my mind. I always say to myself, I need to get this done. I need to get it done because if I don't get this done, it means it's going to affect everything else and blah, 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 blah. Well, I come across B Flow's page and he has a photograph of a company on there. And he says, this company has set up his Starlink. And, he had them tagged on his page and in his caption. So I clicked that company immediately and I called him up and I said, hey, listen, you did some work for a friend of mine, B Flow, and I was wondering if you could come out and sort of do the same thing for me. Well, these guys came running. I mean, these guys, I paid about, I don't know, 14,000 bucks, which is 14,000 kwacha for them to install the Starlink. And I pay 800 kwacha per month, which is not a bad deal. I'll be honest with you. The connection's really good. I like it. Although I must say, again, my voice is not in sync with the movement of my lips. So that's not good. So I'm going to call those guys at Starlink and I'm going to ask them, listen, man, why is it that the movement of my lips is not in sync with the sound of my voice? We need to fix that, boy. Something needs to happen over there. Tell you what. All right, here it is. Now, Mr. Ware, every day it's Bo. I see you. What about us? Well, because Bo's usually the first one on there. Who was that? Chisho? Chisho. Hey, Chisho. And then Bo says, well, he doesn't say all the time, man. Hey, guys, just a quick one. I can't be here long. I need to get on the road. I need to go home. I'm tired. We've been campaigning pretty much all day. Lots of fun. We have a great time. I personally love to campaign. I do. It takes a bit of energy to do, because it's labor intensive, which it should be. I don't think anybody should have a free ride. I think that if you're canvassing for votes, you have to work for votes. President Hakainde Hichilema tells us that all the time. You have to work, you have to canvass. Those votes are not going to bring themselves. Those votes are not going to cast themselves. You have to go out there and work for the people's trust and sort of bring them in. Jesus said, compel them to come in. And, oh dear. Oh dear. What is the deal? Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know.